Have you ever wondered why some people seem to thrive effortlessly, while others struggle to keep up? The answer often lies in their daily habits, those seemingly small actions that shape the way we approach life's challenges and opportunities. In Positive Shift, Build Success with Daily Habits, you'll uncover how powerful even the smallest adjustments can be. This book isn't about drastic changes or complex routines. It's about practical, attainable habits that will transform your mindset and elevate your journey to success. Each chapter will guide you through a specific focus, from setting clear intentions to building resilience, helping you grow through relatable examples, clear explanations, and hands-on exercises. You'll find that the cumulative impact of these habits empowers you to develop lasting success. So are you ready to create a positive shift in your life? Let's start building the foundation for a future that feels as fulfilling as it is achievable. Chapter 1. Laying the Groundwork, Setting Intentions for Change. Why do we sometimes struggle to follow through with our goals? It often comes down to a simple truth. We haven't set a clear intention. Setting intentions is more than just making a to-do list. It's about envisioning what we want and deciding to pursue it with purpose and focus. When we set intentions, we're not just hoping for something to happen. We're actively shaping our path and aligning our actions with what matters most to us. Imagine you're planning a trip without any specific destination. You pack a bag, get in the car, and start driving. But without a clear idea of where you're headed, every turn becomes uncertain. You might end up somewhere interesting, but it could also be nowhere near where you'd hoped to go. Intentions serve as your map and compass, giving direction to your actions and helping you stay on course when distractions or obstacles arise. They provide a sense of purpose that keeps you engaged and motivated, no matter the challenges that come your way. It's the difference between going through the motions and genuinely making progress. Let's say you want to improve your health. Many people start by setting broad goals like, I want to be healthier. But without a focused intention, it's easy to feel lost or give up. Instead, setting a specific intention like, I intend to walk every day to feel stronger and more energized, aligns your goal with a purpose. When you wake up each day with that intention, it becomes a guiding force that shapes the choices you make. On tough days, when you don't feel like going for that walk, remembering your intention can be the spark you need to push through. Knowing it brings you closer to feeling stronger and more energized. Another example is personal growth. Many of us aspire to grow, whether through learning new skills, building relationships, or deepening self-awareness. But without an intention, our efforts can feel scattered, and we may end up taking on too much or getting discouraged. By setting an intention like, I intend to focus on self-awareness and listen to others deeply, you're directing your growth with clarity. This intention encourages you to approach situations with an open mind, letting go of assumptions and embracing each opportunity to connect and learn. Through this, you're not just busy. You're purposeful in your journey to become more self-aware and empathetic. When we set intentions, we're also allowing ourselves to experience the present moment more fully. Instead of worrying about everything that needs to be done or constantly chasing future goals, we ground ourselves in what we're actively working toward. It's a way of finding satisfaction in each step, not just in reaching the end. This presence can make our journey far more fulfilling and enjoyable, making even the small wins feel meaningful. When your intention each morning is to be mindful and fully engaged in whatever task you face, you bring energy and focus to every part of your day. And each accomplishment, no matter how small, feels like genuine progress. Setting intentions can be powerful, but it also requires consistency. Like planting a seed, you can't set an intention once and expect immediate results. You have to nurture it. This means reminding yourself of your intention each day, especially during moments when you're tempted to drift away from it. Over time, the habit of setting intentions strengthens, and it becomes second nature to approach situations with purpose. The more you engage with your intention, the more natural it becomes to live in alignment with it. And that's when transformation happens. Your actions start reflecting your intentions, creating a path to personal growth and fulfillment. At the heart of setting intentions is self-awareness. To set intentions that truly guide us, we need to understand our values, goals, and motivations. For instance, if your intention is to pursue meaningful work, you must first know what meaningful means to you. Is it contributing to a larger cause, finding personal joy in what you do, or supporting others through your work? By reflecting on what truly matters, you create intentions that resonate deeply, making them far more powerful and easier to commit to. This clarity allows your intentions to act as a true north, guiding you even in complex or challenging times. As you embark on this journey of setting intentions, remember that it's okay to start small. You don't have to have everything figured out right away. Begin by choosing one area of your life where you'd like to see a positive shift and set a simple, clear intention. Maybe it's something as straightforward as, I intend to be more present with my family, or I intend to approach each day with a grateful heart. These intentions may seem modest, but they are powerful stepping stones toward the life you envision. Over time, as you build a habit of setting intentions and following through, you'll notice a gradual but profound shift in how you experience each day. To help you get started, ask yourself this: what is one area of my life where I want to see a positive change, and what intention could I set to guide me toward it? Write it down, keep it somewhere visible, and revisit it daily. Embrace this simple practice and let it be the starting point of your journey to build success through daily habits. As you do, you'll find that setting intentions is not just a skill. It's a way of life that empowers you to create the future you desire, one small step at a time. Chapter 2. Mindful Beginnings. Starting each day with purpose. Each new day presents us with a choice. We can let it unfold on autopilot, or we can approach it with a sense of purpose. Starting the day mindfully allows us to shape it intentionally, giving ourselves the energy and focus to make the most of it. A mindful beginning doesn't have to be complicated. It simply means taking a few moments to tune into yourself, set a direction for the day, and create an atmosphere that supports your goals and intentions. This small practice of presence has a powerful impact, as it sets a positive tone that can ripple through every hour and activity. Think about those mornings when you felt rushed, disorganized, or distracted. Maybe you jumped straight into emails, got caught up in tasks, or let your mind drift to what went wrong the previous day. In these moments, we may lose the opportunity to connect with ourselves, and instead we get swept away by the busyness of the day. Starting mindfully, however, allows you to ground yourself and focus on what truly matters. It's like taking a deep breath before a long journey. You're calmer, more focused, and better prepared to handle whatever comes your way. One powerful way to start the day mindfully is through a simple morning ritual. This doesn't have to be anything elaborate. It could be a 5-minute pause to sit quietly, breathe deeply, and think about what you want to achieve that day. For instance, if your intention is to be more present with others, you might remind yourself to listen more attentively and connect meaningfully throughout the day. Just this small ritual can make a noticeable difference, as it aligns your actions with your goals from the very beginning. Instead of letting the day control you, you're guiding it in a way that feels true to your purpose. Another effective way to cultivate mindful beginnings is by taking time to reflect on gratitude. This can be as simple as thinking of one thing you're thankful for each morning, whether it's the opportunity to work on something you love, the support of loved ones, or even the beauty of a sunrise. When you start with gratitude, you're not only uplifting your mood, but also training your mind to see positives throughout the day. This mindset doesn't just stay with you for a few minutes. It sets the stage for resilience, positivity, and a more joyful perspective that can help you respond to challenges with patience and grace. Imagine someone who works a busy job and feels overwhelmed by their daily tasks. Each morning, they feel the weight of responsibilities before they even leave home, which leads to stress and a feeling of being behind. Now, imagine they decide to start each day by setting a simple intention, like I choose to approach each task calmly. They might follow this with a few deep breaths to relax and center themselves. Over time, this mindful approach becomes a habit, and rather than feeling hurried and stressed, They begin their day grounded and focused, which enables them to move through challenges more effectively. It may sound simple, but this practice can be transformative, building mental clarity and emotional balance over time. Mindful beginnings are also about creating space for yourself before the demands of the world take over. This means resisting the urge to dive into emails or social media the moment you wake up. Instead, consider spending those first few minutes with yourself, even if it's just enjoying a cup of tea quietly or reading something inspiring. In our fast-paced lives, these moments are precious. They give you time to think about how you want to feel and act throughout the day. When you prioritize this time, you're signaling to yourself that your mental well-being matters, and that's a powerful message to carry forward. Think of it this way: the way we start our day often reflects how the rest of it unfolds. If you begin feeling rushed and unfocused, that energy can follow you. But if you start with intention, you're more likely to stay centered and present. Starting mindfully doesn't mean that every day will go perfectly, but it does give you a foundation that helps you handle whatever comes with resilience and calm. By creating this habit, you're building a mental reserve of clarity and positivity that supports you long-term. Another aspect of starting mindfully is setting realistic expectations for yourself. Instead of cramming your schedule with too many tasks, try to focus on a few meaningful actions. This doesn't mean lowering your goals, it simply means aligning your day with what feels manageable and valuable. If we fill our day with too much, we often feel frustrated or overwhelmed, which can drain our motivation. But when we focus on meaningful, achievable goals, we're more likely to end the day with a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment. For example, if your goal is to become more organized, your morning intention might be to focus on one major task instead of trying to tackle everything at once. This builds your confidence and helps you feel empowered rather than depleted. Mindful mornings also foster self-compassion. Some days will go better than others, and on days that are difficult, being mindful can remind you to treat yourself kindly. We all face setbacks, but approaching them with a gentle perspective can make it easier to bounce back. If you start your day with a moment of self-kindness, such as saying, "I will do my best today," and that's enough, you're nurturing a supportive mindset. This self-compassion not only relieves pressure but also builds resilience, making it easier to stay motivated and positive in the long run. To help you bring this into your life, here's a reflective question to start your mindful mornings. What intention or quality would I like to carry with me today to guide my actions and attitude? Try to spend a few moments reflecting on your answer and let it serve as your foundation for the day. Whether it's patience, focus, or kindness, allow this intention to shape your mindset and actions. By doing so, you're not only creating a purposeful start, but also cultivating a habit that can lead to a more balanced, fulfilling life. Chapter 3: Building Momentum, Small Wins, Big Progress. When it comes to achieving our goals, many of us tend to think big. We envision major milestones, dream of grand successes, and look forward to those moments when all our hard work pays off. While having a vision is essential, real progress often comes from small, steady actions. These are the small wins that, though they may seem insignificant at first, build momentum over time and lead us closer to our larger goals. Small wins act as building blocks, forming a path that makes big dreams achievable. With each small step forward, we reinforce our confidence, resilience, and motivation, transforming our efforts into lasting progress. Imagine a person who wants to improve their fitness. If they decide to exercise intensely every day, aiming for a complete transformation within a month, they may soon feel exhausted, overwhelmed, and disappointed if the changes aren't immediate. However, if they commit to a manageable goal, like a 10-minute walk each day, they're more likely to stick with it. That small win of walking daily builds a habit, and over time, it can lead to longer workouts and a healthier lifestyle. What started as a small commitment eventually leads to significant change, not because it happened all at once, but because it built consistent momentum. Another powerful example of small wins is in personal relationships. Often, we think that to deepen a relationship, we need to plan big gestures or set aside large amounts of time. But small, thoughtful actions, a quick message to check in, a sincere compliment, or simply listening without interruption, can have a profound effect. These small moments of connection build trust, appreciation, and closeness. In the long run, the steady accumulation of these small gestures can mean more than occasional big displays of affection. Relationships thrive on these little acts of care that show we value each other, making the connection stronger and more resilient over time. Small wins also play a crucial role in our professional lives. Consider a person who wants to advance in their career but feels overwhelmed by the skills they need to develop. If they try to tackle everything at once, the pressure can be discouraging. Instead, focusing on learning one new skill or completing one task each week can lead to significant growth over time. For instance, if their goal is to improve their communication skills, they might start by practicing a short presentation or reading a single article on effective communication techniques. Each small win builds confidence and competence, creating a steady path toward their larger professional goals. One of the main reasons small wins are so effective is that they help us build positive habits. When we achieve even a small goal, our brain releases dopamine, a chemical associated with reward and pleasure. This boost in motivation encourages us to keep going. Each small success reinforces the habit, making it easier to repeat the action over time. Imagine a student who feels overwhelmed by a large exam. Instead of trying to study everything at once, they can break down the material into daily study sessions, focusing on just a few concepts at a time. Each day, as they understand more, they feel a sense of accomplishment, which motivates them to continue. Eventually, this steady progress leads to mastery of the subject, turning what once felt daunting into an achievable goal. Focusing on small wins also makes it easier to overcome setbacks. When we only focus on big achievements, a minor setback can feel devastating, causing us to lose motivation. But with small wins, each step forward counts, even if some days don't go as planned. If our focus is on consistent progress, we're more likely to view setbacks as temporary and keep moving forward. Take someone who's working to build healthier eating habits. They might choose to start by adding one serving of vegetables to their meals each day. If they miss a day or indulge in an unhealthy snack, it doesn't erase their progress. Instead, they can view it as a single step back, knowing they can get back on track with their next meal. This approach keeps their mindset positive and their momentum intact. In fact, small wins can act as motivators to take on bigger challenges. As you achieve small goals, you begin to trust yourself more and believe in your abilities. This creates a foundation of confidence, so when larger opportunities come your way, you feel ready to take them on. Let's say someone wants to write a book but feels intimidated by the scope of the project. Instead of trying to complete it all at once, they might start by writing for 15 minutes each day. As they see their pages adding up over time, they build confidence in their writing skills and begin to feel capable of tackling larger portions of the book. What started as a small daily habit eventually results in a completed draft, achieved through consistency and commitment. Another important aspect of building momentum through small wins is that it encourages us to focus on the journey rather than the destination. When we celebrate small successes, we learn to enjoy each step of the process instead of constantly waiting for the big moment to feel fulfilled. This mindset makes the journey toward our goals far more enjoyable and sustainable. Take the example of learning a new language. If we focus only on fluency as the goal, we may feel discouraged when progress is slow. But if we celebrate each small step, learning a few new words, holding a short conversation, we can appreciate our growth along the way. This enjoyment makes it easier to stay committed and to continue building momentum. To put the concept of small wins into practice, consider identifying a goal you'd like to achieve and then break it down into small, manageable steps. Start with the simplest action that can bring you closer to that goal and commit to it regularly. As you experience small successes, you'll likely find yourself building confidence and motivation to take on even more. Remember, progress doesn't have to be dramatic, it just has to be consistent. Over time, each small win adds up, creating a momentum that leads to lasting change and success. To reflect on this, here's a question to consider. What is one small action I can take today that will bring me closer to my larger goals? By focusing on this single step, you set yourself up for a positive, manageable win that fuels your journey. Embrace the power of small wins and let each one build momentum, transforming your goals from distant dreams into achievable realities. Chapter 4. Overcoming Obstacles, Turning Setbacks into Stepping Stones. When we set out to create positive change in our lives, we often picture smooth forward progress. However, the path to success is rarely straight. It's filled with challenges, setbacks, and unexpected twists. Overcoming obstacles is an essential part of growth, and while setbacks can be disheartening, they also offer valuable lessons. Each challenge you face can become a stepping stone toward greater resilience and strength, helping you to refine your goals and strengthen your determination. Learning to embrace setbacks as learning experiences is a powerful mindset that can turn obstacles into opportunities for growth. Imagine you've committed to a fitness goal and have been making steady progress, but then you sprain an ankle, making it impossible to keep up with your regular routine. It's natural to feel frustrated and disappointed. Yet this is also an opportunity to practice resilience. You might adapt by focusing on upper body exercises, developing strength in a new area, or even exploring relaxation practices like stretching or meditation to support your recovery. Rather than allowing the setback to derail your journey, you find ways to keep moving forward. This experience not only preserves your progress, but also builds a level of adaptability that can help you face future challenges. This adaptability is essential because life rarely follows our plans exactly. In fact, the most successful people aren't necessarily the ones who never encounter setbacks. They're the ones who learn to respond to them constructively. Think about someone who started a business, only to face unexpected financial difficulties. Rather than giving up, they might look for alternative funding, downsize temporarily, or pivot their business model. Each challenge they face teaches them more about resourcefulness, helping them to grow in ways they hadn't anticipated. By overcoming these obstacles, they gain skills and insights that not only support their business, but also contribute to their personal resilience and confidence. One key to turning obstacles into stepping stones is developing a growth mindset, which is the belief that our abilities and intelligence can improve with effort and experience. People with a growth mindset view challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, rather than as proof of their limitations. Take, for example, a student struggling with a difficult subject. If they adopt a fixed mindset, they might conclude they're simply not good at that subject and give up. But with a growth mindset, they'll see their struggle as a chance to develop new skills and strategies, such as seeking help, finding new study methods, or breaking down the material into smaller, manageable parts. This approach not only helps them succeed in the subject, but also builds a resilient attitude toward learning in general. In many ways, setbacks are like mirrors. They reflect back areas where we may need to improve or grow. For instance, if someone finds themselves frequently procrastinating, a missed deadline or failed project might reveal that time management is an area they need to focus on. Rather than viewing the missed deadline as a failure, they can see it as a valuable lesson and work on building better organizational habits. By addressing the root of the setback, they turn it into an opportunity for growth, making future successes even more achievable. Relationships offer another powerful context for overcoming obstacles. Disagreements, misunderstandings, and even conflicts are common in close relationships. These challenges can feel discouraging, but they also present opportunities to strengthen communication, deepen trust, and build empathy. When we face difficulties with others, we have a choice. We can let the obstacles drive us apart, or we can use them as a way to grow closer. Imagine a couple that has different views on managing finances. Rather than letting this difference become a wedge, they might choose to communicate openly, learn more about each other's perspectives, and find a compromise that respects both of their needs. By doing so, they not only resolve the issue but also build a foundation of respect and understanding that will support their relationship in the long run. Turning setbacks into stepping stones also requires self-compassion. When we encounter difficulties, it's easy to be hard on ourselves, to feel like we're failing or not measuring up. However, treating ourselves with kindness during these times is crucial for resilience. Imagine you've been working toward a career goal, but an opportunity you were counting on doesn't work out. Instead of falling into self-criticism, you can take a compassionate approach, acknowledging the disappointment while recognizing your effort and commitment. This self-compassion allows you to bounce back more quickly, refocus on your goals, and look for new opportunities without being weighed down by self-doubt. One practical way to build resilience in the face of setbacks is to reframe your thinking. Reframing means looking at a challenging situation from a new perspective to find a positive angle or lesson. For example, if you're trying to learn a new skill and find it harder than expected, you might reframe this difficulty as an opportunity to develop patience and persistence. Each time you choose to see a setback as a stepping stone rather than a roadblock, you strengthen your ability to face future obstacles with confidence. This mindset shift doesn't make challenges disappear, but it does empower you to keep moving forward with determination and positivity. Consider someone who's working on developing healthier eating habits. They're making good progress, but then they go on vacation and find it hard to stick to their routine. Instead of feeling discouraged, they might reframe this experience as a reminder that change is a journey, not a destination. They could use the setback as an opportunity to think creatively about how to maintain some healthy habits while enjoying their time away. This flexibility allows them to come back to their routine with a positive outlook rather than feeling defeated. By viewing setbacks as part of the journey, they create a balanced and sustainable approach to their goals. Overcoming obstacles is not about avoiding failure altogether. It's about learning to navigate challenges in a way that strengthens your resolve. Each time you face a setback and find a way through it, you're building a foundation of resilience that makes future challenges easier to overcome. In this way, obstacles become an integral part of your growth, shaping you into someone who can adapt, persevere, and succeed no matter what comes your way. With each setback you overcome, you're not just moving closer to your goals, you're becoming a stronger, more capable version of yourself. As you reflect on the setbacks you faced, consider this question: what lesson or strength did I gain from a recent challenge, and how can I use that to support my future growth? By embracing this mindset, you're taking the first step in turning every obstacle into a valuable stepping stone on your path to success. Chapter 5: Creating Space, Decluttering for a Focused Mindset. Our surroundings have a profound effect on our mental clarity and focus. When we're surrounded by clutter, whether it's physical, mental, or digital, it can be challenging to find the focus needed to pursue our goals effectively. Decluttering isn't just about creating a neat space, it's about clearing the path for a more intentional life. By removing unnecessary distractions, we make room for what truly matters, allowing us to channel our energy and attention toward the areas of our lives that deserve it most. This chapter explores the power of decluttering and how it can lead to a more focused and purpose-driven mindset. Imagine a workspace with piles of papers, tangled cables, and cluttered shelves. Each time you sit down to work, your mind is already overwhelmed by the mess around you. This constant visual noise competes for your attention, making it harder to concentrate on the task at hand. On the other hand, when your workspace is organized and free from unnecessary items, you feel a sense of calm and focus. The clean environment signals your mind that it's time to work, reducing distractions and allowing you to think more clearly. This principle applies not only to our physical spaces, but also to our mental and digital environments. By intentionally removing clutter from our lives, we create the space needed for meaningful focus and productivity. The process of decluttering goes beyond organizing physical items. It's about assessing what adds value to your life and what doesn't. For example, think about the mental clutter we carry. Worries about things we can't control, self-criticism, or old grudges. These thoughts can weigh us down, taking up mental energy and clouding our ability to focus on our goals. When we practice mental decluttering by letting go of unnecessary worries or forgiving ourselves for past mistakes, We free up valuable mental space. This allows us to approach each day with a fresh perspective, unburdened by the weight of unresolved thoughts. Digital clutter is another area that often goes unnoticed but can significantly impact our focus. Many of us have crowded inboxes, countless notifications, or a sea of apps and files that we rarely use. Each notification that pops up, or every time we hunt for a file among dozens of icons, we lose a bit of focus. Simplifying our digital spaces can have a surprisingly positive effect on our productivity and peace of mind. By organizing files, unsubscribing from unnecessary emails, or reducing the number of apps we use, we streamline our digital environment and reduce distractions. This small act of digital decluttering helps us to focus on what's truly essential, both in our work and personal lives. Decluttering can also be a powerful tool for self-reflection. The process of sorting through our belongings, thoughts, or digital files forces us to ask ourselves what we value and what we're ready to let go of. For instance, if you're clearing out your closet, you might find clothes you haven't worn in years, but keep out of habit or sentiment. Letting go of these items not only clears physical space, but also helps you recognize your attachment to things that no longer serve you. This reflection can extend to other areas of life, encouraging you to release outdated beliefs, habits, or relationships that may be holding you back. Each item you let go of represents a choice to focus on what matters, reinforcing your commitment to a more intentional, purposeful life. One person who embraced the power of decluttering is Emma, a busy working mother who felt overwhelmed by her packed schedule and messy home. She found herself constantly frustrated and distracted, struggling to keep up with her responsibilities. After reading about the benefits of decluttering, she decided to try it out. Starting with her kitchen, Emma sorted through everything, keeping only what she used regularly and donating the rest. The impact was immediate. She found that a tidy kitchen made meal preparation faster and less stressful, allowing her to enjoy cooking again. Inspired by this success, she went on to declutter her living room, home office, and eventually her digital spaces. Over time, Emma noticed a shift in her mindset. She felt more focused, more relaxed, and better able to manage her time. By creating a clear, organized environment, she had created the mental space needed to enjoy her family, focus on her goals, and feel more at peace in her everyday life. Decluttering doesn't have to be a massive, time-consuming project. Starting small can be just as effective. For instance, you might choose to declutter one drawer or a single shelf each day, making the task manageable and less overwhelming. Over time, these small efforts add up to significant change. Decluttering gradually also allows you to reflect on each item, considering whether it aligns with the life you want to lead. This mindful approach not only simplifies your environment but also helps you develop a habit of intentional decision-making, which can support other areas of your life as well. Beyond its practical benefits, decluttering has a profound psychological impact. When we're surrounded by things that serve no real purpose, it can create a sense of chaos and disorganization in our minds. By choosing to let go of these items, we signal to ourselves that we're ready to focus on what truly matters. This decision can lead to a greater sense of clarity, reducing stress, and boosting our overall well-being. As you clear out physical and mental clutter, you're also making room for new ideas, goals, and experiences that align with your values and aspirations. To bring this concept into practice, think of an area in your life that could benefit from decluttering. It could be a physical space, like your desk or a closet, a digital space, like your email inbox, or even a mental space, like letting go of an old regret. Take some time to clear this area, focusing on keeping only what adds value or brings you joy. As you remove each item, thought, or notification, notice how it feels to create space. This simple act of clearing out the unnecessary can lead to a profound sense of relief and focus, reinforcing your ability to stay intentional and present in your daily life. As you move forward, consider this question: what is one area of my life that feels cluttered, and how might I benefit from clearing it out to create more space for focus and growth? Use this question as a starting point to identify areas that may be holding you back, and embrace the power of decluttering as a tool for cultivating a clearer, more focused mindset. By making room for what truly matters, you open the door to a more purposeful and fulfilling life. Chapter 6: The Power of Consistency. Staying committed to growth, consistency is a key ingredient in achieving any lasting success. It's the steady effort we put in day after day, even when the initial excitement fades, that ultimately brings about meaningful change. While motivation can come and go, consistency is what helps us make steady progress toward our goals. Imagine consistency as the engine that keeps us moving forward, fueling our journey even when the road gets challenging. By staying committed to our habits and actions, we create a reliable rhythm that supports our growth and development over time. Think of a musician learning to play an instrument. If they practice once a week, they might enjoy those sessions, but the improvement will likely be slow and inconsistent. However, if they dedicate even just 15 minutes each day to practicing, the results compound over time. Each practice session builds upon the last, and soon they'll find themselves playing more confidently, understanding rhythms more easily, and even enjoying the process more. This consistency creates a momentum that not only advances their skills, but also deepens their connection to the instrument. Small, regular efforts often lead to greater progress than sporadic bursts of intense effort. In a similar way, developing consistency is crucial when building healthy habits. Take, for instance, someone who wants to improve their physical health. If they start with an intense workout but only manage it once every few weeks, they might feel sore and discouraged. However, if they start with a manageable goal, like walking or doing light exercises every day, they're more likely to stay committed. Over time, this routine becomes second nature, and they may gradually increase the intensity as their body adapts. By keeping their efforts consistent, they not only improve their physical health, but also build the confidence to take on more challenging goals. In this way, consistency not only supports progress, but also fosters resilience and self-trust. Consistency is equally powerful in our personal relationships. Strong relationships are often built on consistent acts of care and attention, rather than grand gestures. For example, a couple who takes time each day to connect, whether it's through a quick check-in, a shared meal, or simply listening to each other, cultivates a foundation of trust and closeness. These small daily moments create a bond that sustains them through challenges, as they know they can rely on each other. This consistency signals that the relationship is a priority, reinforcing their commitment and deepening their connection over time. The concept of consistency also applies to personal growth and learning. Imagine a person who wants to expand their knowledge in a certain area, like learning a new language. If they cram once a month, the information quickly fades, and progress is slow. But if they dedicate a few minutes each day to practicing vocabulary or listening to native speakers, they reinforce what they've learned and steadily improve. Over time, this consistent practice leads to confidence and fluency, whereas irregular efforts would likely lead to frustration and slow progress. By approaching learning with consistency, they not only gain new skills, but also build a habit of growth that can be applied to any area of life. One of the biggest challenges with consistency is overcoming the temptation to seek instant results. In a world where we're accustomed to quick solutions, staying committed to a gradual process can feel frustrating. However, real growth often takes time, and each small step forward contributes to the bigger picture. Let's consider the example of someone starting a business. They might feel pressured to see immediate success, but building a sustainable business usually requires consistent, long-term efforts. By focusing on one task each day, whether it's reaching out to potential clients, improving their product, or refining their skills, they're investing in steady growth. Over time, these consistent actions add up, and the business grows into something solid and lasting. Consistency also requires a certain level of self-discipline. There will be days when motivation wanes, when the goal seems too distant, or when distractions arise. In these moments, self-discipline acts as a guiding force, reminding us of our commitment and keeping us on track. Consider someone who's working to improve their writing skills. They may love writing but find it difficult to sit down and write every day. By building a habit of writing for even a short period daily, they're not only developing their skill, but also training their mind to stay committed despite distractions. This discipline fosters a sense of accomplishment and reinforces their dedication to growth. It's also important to recognize that consistency doesn't mean perfection. We may miss a day, face setbacks, or feel unmotivated at times, and that's okay. What matters is our ability to return to our commitment without letting one off day derail our progress. For instance, if someone is working on a goal of healthier eating and has an off day where they indulge in junk food, it doesn't mean they've failed. Instead, they can see it as a temporary detour and get back on track the next day. By allowing room for flexibility within our commitment, we create a sustainable approach to growth, one that's forgiving and resilient. Consider the story of Mark, who set out to improve his physical fitness. At first, he felt enthusiastic and motivated, setting an ambitious goal to work out intensely every day. However, within a few weeks, he found himself burned out and discouraged. Instead of giving up, he shifted his approach, committing to a simpler goal of 20 minutes of movement each day. This could be anything from walking to stretching to light workouts. Over time, this manageable routine became part of his daily life, and he gradually increased his activity as he felt ready. By staying consistent with this smaller commitment, Mark not only improved his fitness, but also gained confidence in his ability to stick with his goals. This steady approach led to better results than his initial, more intense effort, showing him the power of consistency over bursts of motivation. Consistency is like planting seeds. At first, you may not see immediate results, but with time and care, those seeds grow into something substantial. Each small effort is a seed planted in your journey of growth, and as you continue nurturing it, you'll see the fruits of your labor. This steady progress builds momentum, creating a positive cycle that reinforces your commitment and keeps you moving forward. To make consistency a part of your life, it can help to start with a small, achievable goal. Think about one area where you'd like to improve and set a simple, consistent action you can commit to each day. Whether it's 5 minutes of meditation, reading a page of a book, or sending a thoughtful message to someone, these small actions create a habit of consistency that gradually builds into something more meaningful. To reflect on the power of consistency in your life, consider this question: what small action can I commit to each day that will bring me closer to my goals over time? Let this question guide you as you choose one simple, consistent habit to embrace. By building consistency into your daily routine, you're laying the foundation for a future filled with growth, achievement, and lasting change. Chapter 7. Elevating Energy, Harnessing Positive Rituals. Our energy is one of our most valuable resources. It fuels our actions, supports our focus, and directly impacts our mood and well-being. But energy is not infinite. It needs to be managed and replenished regularly. One effective way to elevate and maintain our energy levels is by developing positive rituals. Rituals are small, intentional actions that we repeat consistently to boost our physical, mental, and emotional energy. They provide structure to our days and give us the mental and emotional fuel needed to handle life's demands. Imagine the difference between a morning that starts with rushing out of bed and one that begins with a few minutes of quiet reflection. In the first scenario, the day may feel chaotic before it even starts, while in the second, you set a calm, positive tone. A morning ritual doesn't have to be lengthy or complex to be powerful. It can be as simple as sitting with a cup of tea, taking a few deep breaths, or writing down one thing you're grateful for. These small actions help center our mind and body, preparing us to approach the day with clarity and purpose. Positive rituals like these create a foundation of calm and focus that supports us in maintaining higher energy levels throughout the day. Positive rituals are especially useful for managing stress. Life often throws unexpected challenges our way, and our reactions can be draining if we don't have strategies to cope. Think of someone who has a stressful job. If they rely only on willpower to get through the day, their energy may quickly become depleted. However, if they have established rituals like taking short breaks to stretch, practicing mindfulness, or connecting with a supportive colleague, these practices help release tension and restore their energy. By creating small pockets of renewal throughout the day, they're better able to stay focused, motivated, and productive, even in the face of stress. Rituals are also helpful for ending the day positively. Just as a morning ritual sets the tone, an evening ritual can help you unwind and prepare for restful sleep. Many people find it challenging to turn off after a busy day, with their mind racing from one thought to the next. A simple evening ritual, like reading, practicing gentle stretching, or spending a few minutes journaling, can help ease the transition from day to night. These actions signal to the brain that it's time to relax, making it easier to fall asleep and enjoy quality rest. Over time, this ritual creates a pattern that improves sleep quality, which, in turn, supports higher energy levels during the day. One of the key benefits of positive rituals is their ability to anchor us in the present moment. In our fast-paced lives, it's easy to get caught up in future worries or past regrets, but rituals offer a moment of stillness and focus. For example, a person might develop a ritual of taking a few minutes at lunchtime to step outside, breathe in the fresh air, and appreciate their surroundings. This small act can refresh the mind, making it easier to return to work with renewed energy. By embracing these mindful moments, we not only recharge, but also bring a greater sense of awareness and appreciation to our daily lives. Consider Sarah, a busy mother and professional who struggled to keep up with her demanding schedule. Her days often felt like an endless cycle of tasks and responsibilities, leaving her exhausted by the evening. She decided to try adding a few positive rituals to her routine, starting with a morning ritual of quiet time with her coffee before the household woke up. She also included a mid-afternoon ritual of stretching and deep breathing, and an evening ritual of reading a few pages of a book. These small actions became her way of reconnecting with herself and recharging her energy throughout the day. Over time, Sarah noticed she felt calmer, more present, and better able to handle the ups and downs of her busy life. Her energy was no longer something that depleted as the day went on. It was something she nurtured and protected. It's essential to choose rituals that truly resonate with you, as personal connection makes them more effective and enjoyable. While some people find peace in journaling, others might feel more energized by a quick walk or a few minutes of stretching. The key is to explore and find what feels natural and refreshing to you. Once you've identified a ritual that lifts your spirits or calms your mind, make a commitment to practice it regularly. Consistency is what transforms these actions from random habits into dependable sources of energy and renewal. Another aspect of positive rituals is that they help reinforce self-care, reminding us to prioritize our well-being, even when life gets busy. Self-care often gets pushed to the side when responsibilities pile up, but positive rituals are a way of maintaining self-care effortlessly. For example, someone working long hours might add a ritual of taking a short walk during lunch breaks, helping them return to work feeling refreshed. This simple ritual becomes a consistent reminder to care for their health, creating a ripple effect that improves their mood, focus, and overall well-being. Over time, positive rituals also create a strong sense of control over our energy. We often feel drained because we let external events dictate our mood and energy levels. However, by developing rituals that restore us, we gain the ability to maintain our energy, regardless of what's happening around us. This internal control helps us stay resilient and calm, even on challenging days. Imagine someone who practices a 5-minute breathing exercise each time they feel overwhelmed. This ritual becomes their anchor, a moment of calm in a storm. It reminds them that they have the power to manage their energy, which builds confidence and resilience over time. Rituals don't have to be complex or time-consuming to be effective. Even a few minutes dedicated to something that energizes you can make a significant difference. The secret is to make these actions intentional and meaningful, focusing on the positive impact they bring to your day. Each time you engage in your ritual, you're not only recharging your energy but also affirming your commitment to live with purpose and balance. To integrate positive rituals into your life, start by identifying one small action you can add to your daily routine. It could be as simple as enjoying a quiet moment in the morning, a short walk during your lunch break, or a few deep breaths before bed. Whatever you choose, make it something you look forward to and commit to practicing it regularly. As this ritual becomes a part of your routine, you'll likely notice a shift in your energy and overall outlook. To reflect on this, consider the following question. What positive ritual can I add to my day to help elevate and sustain my energy? Let this question guide you in creating a small but powerful ritual that brings calm, focus, and renewal to your life. By harnessing the power of positive rituals, you're not just preserving your energy, you're building a foundation for a balanced and energized life. Chapter 8: Transforming Challenges, Embracing the Growth Mindset. Challenges are an inevitable part of life, but how we approach them can make all the difference. When we view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than setbacks, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and insights. This shift in perspective is known as a growth mindset, a term popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck. A growth mindset is the belief that our abilities, intelligence, and talents can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. Embracing this mindset enables us to face challenges with resilience and curiosity, seeing them as a pathway to becoming stronger, wiser, and more capable. Consider a student learning to play the piano. At first, they might struggle with basic scales and feel discouraged by mistakes. With a fixed mindset, they might think, "I'm just not good at this," and give up. However, with a growth mindset, they would view each mistake as a valuable learning experience. Instead of avoiding difficult pieces, they would challenge themselves to improve, knowing that effort and practice will lead to progress. Over time, they build not only their piano skills, but also a resilient mindset that prepares them to face other challenges with confidence. This perspective applies to all areas of life, whether it's learning a new skill, tackling a work project, or navigating personal relationships. When we embrace a growth mindset, we become more open to feedback and less afraid of failure. Instead of seeing mistakes as evidence of our limitations, we recognize them as essential steps in the learning process. For example, an employee who receives constructive criticism might initially feel uncomfortable. With a fixed mindset, they could interpret this feedback as a sign that they're not capable. But with a growth mindset, they see it as an opportunity to develop new skills and improve their performance. This positive attitude toward feedback makes them more adaptable, motivated, and better equipped to handle future challenges. A growth mindset also helps us break free from the fear of failure. Many of us hesitate to try new things or take risks because we're afraid of making mistakes. However, when we understand that failure is a natural part of growth, we're more willing to step outside our comfort zones. Take, for instance, someone who wants to start a new business but feels uncertain about their abilities. If they approach this goal with a fixed mindset, they might give up at the first sign of difficulty. But with a growth mindset, they view each obstacle as a chance to learn. Whether it's refining their business plan, improving their skills, or adapting to market demands. This willingness to learn from failure ultimately increases their chances of success. Developing a growth mindset also means learning to embrace challenges rather than avoiding them. Challenges push us beyond what we already know and encourage us to discover new strengths and capabilities. Imagine a person training for a marathon. If they only stick to short, comfortable runs, they'll likely struggle to reach the full distance. However, by gradually increasing their mileage and pushing through the discomfort, they build endurance and strength. This approach requires a willingness to face physical and mental challenges, but each step brings them closer to their goal. The process of challenging themselves ultimately transforms their abilities, and they become capable of achieving something they once thought impossible. A growth mindset also fosters creativity and innovation. When we're open to learning from our mistakes and willing to take risks, we're more likely to explore new ideas and solutions. Consider an artist working on a challenging piece. If they get frustrated by mistakes and abandon the project, they miss the chance to experiment and improve. But if they approach their work with a growth mindset, they're more likely to take risks, try new techniques, and see setbacks as opportunities to refine their vision. This openness to growth allows them to create art that's not only more innovative but also more reflective of their unique style and perspective. Another important aspect of a growth mindset is self-compassion. Embracing growth doesn't mean we have to be perfect or never feel frustrated. It's normal to feel challenged and even doubtful at times. But with a growth mindset, we can treat ourselves kindly through the process. Rather than criticizing ourselves for not mastering something immediately, we acknowledge that learning takes time and that each small step forward counts. For example, if someone is learning to cook and burns a dish, they can respond with humor and curiosity instead of frustration. By treating themselves with compassion, they stay motivated to keep trying, knowing that mistakes are just part of the learning journey. Building a growth mindset requires patience and practice, especially if we're used to viewing challenges negatively. One effective way to nurture this mindset is by reflecting on past challenges and identifying what we learned from them. Think about a time when you faced a difficult situation, but ultimately grew because of it. Perhaps it was a challenging job assignment that forced you to develop new skills, or a personal setback that taught you resilience. By focusing on the growth that came from these experiences, you begin to see challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles. Consider the story of Alex, a recent graduate who struggled in his first job. At first, he felt overwhelmed by the demands of the role and made several mistakes. He began to doubt his abilities, wondering if he was truly cut out for the job. However, instead of giving up, Alex decided to approach each mistake as a lesson. He asked for feedback, sought guidance from his colleagues, and invested time in learning new skills. Over time, he became more confident and capable in his role. By embracing a growth mindset, Alex transformed what could have been a discouraging experience into a powerful opportunity for professional growth. His willingness to learn and adapt not only improved his job performance, but also strengthened his resilience, preparing him to handle future challenges with greater confidence. To cultivate a growth mindset, it can be helpful to set specific goals that encourage learning rather than just achieving. For instance, instead of setting a goal to become perfect at public speaking, you might set a goal to practice public speaking regularly and learn from each experience. This shift in focus allows you to appreciate the progress you're making, even if it's not perfect right away. By valuing effort and improvement, you'll find yourself more motivated to keep going, regardless of setbacks. As you begin to embrace a growth mindset, you may notice a positive impact on other areas of your life. Challenges become less intimidating, and you feel more empowered to pursue new goals and explore your potential. Each challenge you face is no longer a roadblock. It's a stepping stone that brings you closer to your best self. Over time, this mindset of growth and resilience becomes a core part of who you are, guiding you to approach life with curiosity, courage, and a deep belief in your ability to grow. To encourage your own growth mindset, ask yourself this question: how can I view my current challenges as opportunities for growth, and what steps can I take to learn from them? By reflecting on this question, you're taking the first step toward embracing challenges as valuable experiences. With a growth mindset, you're not only preparing yourself to overcome obstacles, but also opening the door to a richer, more fulfilling life. Chapter 9: Sustaining Success, Turning Habits into Lifestyle. Reaching a goal is an incredible feeling, but the real challenge often lies in sustaining that success. Achieving positive changes is one thing, making them part of your daily life is another. To truly benefit from the progress we make, it's essential to shift from short-term habits to long-term lifestyle changes. When we turn positive actions into part of our everyday life, they become second nature, supporting us effortlessly as we continue to grow and thrive. This chapter explores how to create a lifestyle that embodies your goals, allowing you to maintain and build on your achievements. Imagine someone who has successfully developed a habit of exercising regularly. At first, they may have felt motivated by a specific goal, such as reaching a fitness milestone or preparing for an event. Once that goal is met, however, there's a choice to make. They can either let the routine fade or turn it into a sustainable lifestyle. By focusing on the enjoyment and benefits of regular exercise rather than just the initial goal, they're more likely to make physical activity a natural part of their day-to-day life. This shift from a temporary goal to a lasting routine helps them enjoy long-term health benefits, giving them more energy and resilience in all aspects of their life. One key to sustaining success is to keep the focus on progress rather than perfection. Life is full of ups and downs, and it's natural to have moments where we stray from our habits. The important thing is not to let a small setback undo the progress we've made. For instance, if someone has developed a habit of eating healthy but finds themselves indulging more during a holiday, they can view it as a temporary pause rather than a failure. By embracing a flexible approach, they can enjoy special moments without guilt and return to their healthy lifestyle with ease. This mindset makes it easier to sustain positive habits over the long term, as it allows for growth and self-compassion rather than rigid perfectionism. Another essential part of turning habits into lifestyle changes is finding ways to integrate them naturally into your daily routine. When we rely too heavily on motivation, we risk losing momentum once that initial drive fades. However, when a habit becomes part of our routine, it requires less conscious effort. Take someone who wants to read more as a way to expand their knowledge. If they set aside a specific time each day, such as reading for 15 minutes before bed, the action gradually becomes part of their evening routine. Over time, it's no longer a chore or something they have to remember. It's simply part of how they end their day. This natural integration helps ensure that the habit endures, supporting their personal growth without feeling forced. A powerful way to build lifestyle changes is by aligning habits with your values and identity. When you see a habit as part of who you are, rather than just something you do, it becomes much easier to maintain. For example, if someone values creativity, they might adopt a habit of journaling daily as a way to express their thoughts and ideas. By viewing journaling as an essential part of their creative identity, it feels meaningful and rewarding, making it more likely to continue. This approach makes the habit self-reinforcing, as each time they journal, they strengthen their sense of identity and purpose. Sustaining success also involves surrounding yourself with positive influences. The people we spend time with, the content we consume, and the environments we frequent all impact our habits. If you're working to make fitness a regular part of your life, joining a supportive community, whether it's a gym, an online group, or friends with similar goals, can provide motivation and accountability. Surrounding yourself with positive influences reminds you of why you started and reinforces your commitment, even on days when motivation may be low. This social support acts as a steady force that encourages you to maintain your lifestyle, helping you stay connected to your goals and values. Another powerful tool for sustaining success is tracking progress and celebrating small wins. Keeping a simple log or journal of your achievements, no matter how small, serves as a reminder of how far you've come. Imagine someone working to improve their mental well-being through daily meditation. By noting each session, even if it's just a few minutes, they can look back and see their progress over time. Celebrating these small successes doesn't just motivate you to keep going, it also reinforces the idea that the habit is part of your life. Each entry in the log represents a commitment to yourself, making the habit more ingrained and easier to sustain. Over time, turning habits into a lifestyle requires a sense of purpose. When we connect our actions to a larger goal or vision, it gives our efforts greater meaning. For instance, someone who prioritizes a healthy lifestyle might not just focus on diet and exercise. They might also consider how sleep, stress management, and self-care contribute to their well-being. This holistic view creates a lifestyle that supports their goal of long-term health and happiness. Rather than seeing these actions as separate habits, they view them as interconnected aspects of a life that aligns with their values. This purpose-driven approach makes sustaining the lifestyle easier, as each habit feels like a natural extension of their larger vision for themselves. Consider the story of James, who set out to reduce his stress levels by practicing mindfulness. Initially, he approached it as a habit, dedicating a few minutes each day to breathing exercises and meditation. Over time, however, James realized that mindfulness was not just a technique, but a way of viewing life. He began incorporating mindfulness into his daily routine, practicing it while walking, eating, and interacting with others. This shift transformed mindfulness from a standalone habit into a lifestyle that brought him peace, focus, and clarity. By embedding it in all areas of his life, James sustained his progress and experienced deeper, more lasting benefits. To create a sustainable lifestyle, it's also helpful to revisit and adjust your habits as needed. Life circumstances change, and so too may our priorities and goals. Regularly reflecting on your habits and making small adjustments keeps them aligned with your current needs and values. For example, if someone who loves to run suddenly faces a busy season at work, they might temporarily reduce their running time or switch to a more flexible exercise routine. This adaptability allows them to maintain their commitment to fitness without feeling pressured or overwhelmed. Adjusting habits as life evolves ensures they remain a supportive, energizing part of your lifestyle rather than a source of stress. To bring these ideas into practice, choose one habit you've developed and think about how you can integrate it more naturally into your daily life. Reflect on how this habit aligns with your values and larger goals, and consider ways to make it feel like an essential part of who you are. By focusing on the meaning behind the habit, you're more likely to turn it into a lasting lifestyle change, one that supports your growth and well-being for years to come. To reflect on your own journey, ask yourself this question: what habit have I developed that I want to turn into a lifestyle? And how can I make it a natural, lasting part of my life? Let this question guide you as you create a lifestyle that sustains your success, helping you enjoy the rewards of your efforts every day. Chapter 10. Reflect and Renew. Reinforcing your positive shift. Every journey of personal growth benefits from moments of reflection. As we reach the end of this journey together, it's time to pause, look back on the progress you've made, and consider ways to keep that momentum going. Reflection allows us to celebrate our achievements, learn from our experiences, and renew our commitment to growth. This chapter will explore the value of reflection and renewal as tools for reinforcing the positive shifts you've made, ensuring that they continue to support you in the days, months, and years to come. Reflection isn't simply looking back. It's about gaining insight and perspective on your journey. Imagine an artist who spends hours on a painting. Occasionally, they take a step back to see their work from a distance, gaining a new perspective on how each brushstroke fits into the bigger picture. In the same way, reflection allows us to see how each effort, challenge, and victory has contributed to our personal growth. By taking time to reflect, we can recognize the patterns and lessons that have shaped our progress, making it easier to appreciate our achievements and identify areas for further improvement. Consider someone who has spent the past few months working on self-care. They may have started with simple habits, like drinking more water, getting enough sleep, or setting boundaries. Over time, these small actions have added up, creating a sense of well-being and balance. Reflecting on this journey allows them to see how far they've come, reinforcing the importance of their efforts. By recognizing the positive impact of self-care, they're more likely to stay committed to these habits, knowing that they've made a meaningful difference in their life. Another benefit of reflection is that it helps us reconnect with our purpose. When we first set a goal or develop a habit, we often feel a sense of excitement and motivation. However, as time goes on, the initial enthusiasm can fade, and we may lose sight of why we started in the first place. Reflection renews our sense of purpose, reminding us of the vision we're working toward. Take someone who began a fitness journey to feel healthier and more energetic. Reflecting on their progress, they remember the reasons they started, perhaps to feel more confident, to keep up with their kids, or to improve their overall health. This renewed purpose gives them the motivation to keep going, even when the routine feels challenging. Renewal is the natural companion to reflection. Once we've taken the time to reflect on our progress, we can use that insight to renew our goals and commitments. This doesn't mean starting over. Rather, it's about refreshing our approach, adapting to changes, and setting new intentions that align with our current needs and values. Renewal keeps our journey dynamic and engaging, allowing us to evolve and grow rather than remaining stuck in old patterns. For example, Someone who has developed a habit of reading for self-improvement might decide to explore new topics or authors to keep their learning fresh and exciting. By renewing their approach, they continue to find value in their habit, keeping it meaningful and relevant to their life. An important part of renewal is acknowledging that growth is an ongoing process. While it's natural to feel proud of the progress we've made, there's always room for further development. Think of someone who has improved their time management skills. They've become more organized and efficient, but they might still find opportunities to refine their system, perhaps by setting clearer priorities or learning to delegate tasks. Renewal allows them to build on their strengths, ensuring that their growth doesn't plateau but continues to expand. This mindset of ongoing improvement fosters resilience and adaptability, helping us stay prepared for whatever challenges or opportunities may come our way. Reflecting and renewing also help us avoid burnout. When we're focused on achieving goals, it's easy to get caught up in doing rather than being. Taking time to pause and appreciate our journey helps us avoid the trap of constantly striving for more without recognizing the progress we've already made. Imagine a professional who has been working tirelessly to advance their career. By taking a moment to reflect on their achievements and renew their approach, they remind themselves of the value of balance and self-care. This break not only recharges their energy, but also renews their commitment to a healthy, sustainable career path. Reflection doesn't have to be a complicated process. It can be as simple as journaling about your experiences, discussing your progress with a friend, or even taking a quiet walk to think about your journey. The important thing is to create a space where you can pause, breathe, and appreciate the steps you've taken. Similarly, renewal doesn't require drastic changes. Small adjustments, like setting new intentions or exploring fresh approaches to your habits, can make a big difference. These practices allow you to honor your growth while staying open to new possibilities. Consider Anna, who set out to improve her financial health by budgeting and saving regularly. At the end of each month, she reflects on her progress, noting where she succeeded and where she faced challenges. This reflection helps her see patterns in her spending habits and recognize the impact of her efforts. By renewing her goals each month, Anna keeps her budgeting process fresh, allowing her to adjust as her needs change. Her regular practice of reflection and renewal turns budgeting from a task into a lifestyle, one that aligns with her values and supports her financial goals. Incorporating reflection and renewal into your routine doesn't just reinforce your current progress. It also prepares you for future growth. Each time you reflect on a lesson learned or renew a goal, you're building a foundation for continued success. This cycle of reflecting and renewing allows you to navigate life's changes with confidence, knowing that you have the tools to adapt and thrive. To make this practice a lasting part of your life, consider setting aside time each month to review your journey. Reflect on what's working, what's not, and how you feel about your progress. Use this insight to set new intentions or adjust your approach as needed. This regular check-in keeps you connected to your goals and reminds you of the importance of personal growth, allowing you to stay committed to the positive shifts you've created. To help you apply this concept, ask yourself, how can I regularly reflect on my progress and renew my commitment to personal growth? Use this question as a guide to establish a reflection and renewal routine that supports your journey. By embracing these practices, you're not only reinforcing your achievements, but also laying the groundwork for a life filled with continuous growth, purpose, and fulfillment. Throughout this journey, we've explored the powerful ways in which daily habits can shape a life of lasting success and fulfillment. From setting clear intentions and building consistency to embracing challenges with a growth mindset, each chapter has offered tools to support meaningful, sustainable change. The small, intentional actions you take each day truly have the potential to transform your mindset and help you build a lifestyle aligned with your values. Remember, success isn't about grand gestures, it's about the steady, positive shifts we make over time. Thank you for joining me on this path of personal growth. I hope this book has inspired and empowered you to make positive shifts in your own life. If you enjoyed this journey, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to stay connected and continue learning together. Your support means a lot, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.